Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope you're doing absolutely fantastic. I'm back, I'm home, yay! I'm so excited to be back in here. Please forgive me if you see these little red dots. I don't know what has happened. I've been doing a little bit of cleanup around here and gosh, I just woke up this morning. I've got these dots like all over me everywhere, and I end up going to the urgent care clinic, and they're saying that it's just contact dermatitis. So I've come in contact with something that my skin has just revolted against. So please forgive me if you see any of that. It's a little bit uncomfortable, but they say in just a couple of days it'll be better. So I've had a shower and put some lotion on it, so hopefully we'll be right as rain in no time. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and get going with this video. I wanted to talk to you about traveling with your Neverfull. Now, I know that I have played the now I have it, now I don't, now I have it, now I don't, now I have it with my Neverfull GM. I've been through the different patterns, and I think I have stopped, and I've landed on the Damier Ebene with the red interior, and I'm kind of excited about it because one of the things that I didn't do with the monogram pattern, I loved it, I'd take it out a little bit, but I never made it a workhorse in my world. So what I did this time, I got it, I did my video, and I looked at it and went, okay, dear Neverfull GM, if you're going to make it and stay forever, you really have to pull your weight around here. like I have to get to the point where I use you, and it said, I want to stay, so use me, crazy lady. So that's what we did. I set out on my journey to go to Pennsylvania and to New York and pick apples and see friends and family right in the middle of Hurricane Irma. And I did a couple of things. I did a regular suitcase, and then I took my Neverfull GM and I did something a little bit different. When I'm driving and I know that I'm going to crash somewhere, usually I carry like an overnight sack that I can just run in, so I don't have to carry my suitcase and do all of those kind of things. So on my way up, I stayed with a friend. Her name is Pat. Hi, Pat. And we had a really delicious time, and it was really wonderful. If you guys are interested, I have some videos where I've talked about that, and I'll link those below if you want to watch it. But what I did was I packed my GM as the night bag, that one bag that I take in and I run in, and it worked really well. I loved it, and I have to say that on the journey, on the entire week, it kind of fell into the workhorse. I was really excited about it, and I just wanted to show you some of the things that I ended up keeping in this bag and toting it wherever I went, because you know, I crashed at different places along the way. So here she is. This is the Neverfull GM. Now, before I get started, I want to share something with you that's kind of cool, and I don't know what's happened. So I have been on a weight loss journey, and it's been going very slow, and as I understand it, that's really the way that it should be, because that means it will stay off. But one thing that I've never, ever been able to do with the Neverfull, I have rather large arms, and I've never been able to do that really cool thing where people pick up their bag and then they swing their arm into it and then it ends up on the shoulder. I have typically had to grab my Neverfull, shove my arm through, and then kind of, you know, situate it and walk off. Well, I have to tell you one exciting thing. I actually went online and went, did they extend this a little bit? Because typically the Neverfull is a problem for me. But I have to show you, look at this. I can just go right through it with this particular one. Now, I haven't been able to do that with any of the other GMs. So either I've lost weight, or this bag has a freakishly long straps, and now I have to keep it because it makes me feel like I've lost weight, and now I can stick my arm through it. So whoop whoop on that one. I'm real excited. Let's get to it. So here we go. And now keep in mind that when I would go stay somewhere, there were a couple of things, obviously. So the Unmentionables were in here, and I had one change of clothes and then one bag. And then what I would do is I would get up the next morning, take my shower, and I would put the new clothes on, and I would put the old clothes in a bag because I don't want it to get funky, and I would put the old clothes with the bag back in here. So what I'm going to show you is lacking those items, but other than that, here's pretty much what I kept in here all the time, and it just kind of ran around with me. I'd like to go through those things and show you. So this is the what's in my travel bag, and it is a little bit different. I just kind of want to share that. So let's start off with this right here. This is the Pochette Accessoire NM, because it was the newer model. It's got that, you know, the older model didn't have this in it, right? So, let me do this a little bit different. The newer model has that in it, and of course this has been kind of discontinued. So if you can find one on the Facebook page, Louis Vuitton Addicted by Sell and Chat, I really recommend that you do that. This is really an incredible item. And I just used that. I stuck a couple of credit cards in there, some hand lotion, and like really basic, like a stick of gum or whatever. And then that was the one that I would use to go running into the store. It wasn't my regular bag that I carried, but it was my run-in kind of thing. I will also say that my 6 key holder did a lot of that workhorsing as well. I had a couple of credit cards stuck in there, so when I got gas, I would just take that out. I'd get my credit card. Now, I will do a video about wear and tear on that item, because I do want to tell you one con that I have found about that, and that's going to be in an upcoming video. So here we go with the next item. Now, you guys know that I have kind of struggled from time to time with this clutch. I typically have used it for a cover for my mini, my iPad mini, but I didn't do that this time. I went up with the case intact, and I did have the iPad mini in here, but not in here. And I wanted to find a use for it, and you know, honestly, I've seen this with other YouTubers, and I started it, and I found that it was absolutely incredible. This was a wonderful place to put all of my receipts, so I can go back a little bit later and see what kind of damage I did on the trip. So really excited about that. All in one place. I pledged to stick them all in here, and I really stuck to it. I'm glad that I did. You know, it had the wonderful easy zipper, so I could do that and kind of, you know, like shove it down in. And occasionally when I got, you know, to places in the evening before I went in bed, I'd kind of straighten them out a little bit. But during the daytime, I was kind of abusive, and I would just whoosh, 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 and then shove them down. This worked out really, really well as a receipt holder. You know, it could have been the one that I ran in with as well, but I have to tell you, with this, I was a little worried that we would repeat the Dooney episode. And if you haven't seen that, I will link that below too, because do not go into a public restroom like this, like ever. Don't do it. It's nightmarish. Next, here we go. So this is my pill bag. Now, I know it looks like I take a lot of pills. I really don't, but I thought maybe I would have a need to. So here's what I did. I bought one of these Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturdays, and my mom uses these, and she has one for in the morning and one for in the evening, and that's really great for her, but I really don't take pills other than vitamins. But I thought, gosh, I'd like to have some things available to me just in case. So rather than have them be by the days of the week, I simply have them organized by what they are. So this is Motrin in case I got a headache. This is aspirin for the same thing, in case I had any muscle aches or headache or whatever. This was vitamins for me to take. That's just a multivitamin. And let's see, what is this? Oh, this was the multivitamin was kind of large, so, and I didn't know how long I was going to stay when I had planned the vacation. But when Irma came through, I was like, oh gosh, like I don't know how long I'm going to be there. So I did a double bin of that. Now this is a magnesium pill, And I would say that for you ladies that are over 40, if you're not doing a multivitamin and a magnesium, I do recommend that. Those are very, very healthy for you as we continue to become mature and wise ladies. And then I didn't have anything in these, but I did find it to be very helpful. I did go through a couple of days, and I don't know if it was because of the rain or what have you, but I did find that I had some headaches going, so I'm really glad that I did have the Motrin. So I did find this useful. And then what else did I have in here? Oh, I wanted to do a little bit of vlogging while I was up there. So this is my travel tripod. It's my traveling tripod. So I put that in there, and then the medicine in there, and there you have it. That was my Clinique gift bag from just a little bit ago. And this, can you see it? Yes, this is Vera Bradley, but it is the Disney collection. So it's got my Mickey and my Minnie on there. I'm very happy for that. And on the inside of this one, now this one wasn't originally in, but it ended up in the bag as time went on. So if you can see in there, this just had a hodgepodge of things. I started taking it with me because, well, this is my, it doesn't let any light come in. I often have trouble sleeping past 7 because once the light comes in, I'm trained to, you know, pop up immediately. That's from kind of growing up on a farm. You have to be up at the crack of dawn, and this kind of allows me to sleep in just a little bit later. If I see sun, I really can't. Readers to go on top of my glasses so I can do my reading, and then just some Vaseline. I love this for my lips if they get too chapped up there. If my hands get too chapped, this does double as a lotion. I know. This was a very important kit because my nails are still, they're much better than they were, but they're still splitting from that really bad manicure that I got. So that was an issue. Let's see what else I've got in here. Oh, a pack of gum, just in case, you never know. This is a nice and clean lens. I think I stole that from my mom. And I have some wet ones, because if it's dirty, you should wipe it on down. And then I have this. This is O'Keefe's for Healthy Feet Foot Cream. Now, you guys know that I tend to have really dry skin, and I don't like to look crazy anywhere. So I find that to be really great for skin, and it can be used for your feet, for your legs, for all kinds of places, but I mean, it's designed for your feet, and it does a really fantastic job. So it didn't start in there, but it did end up in this bag, and it did a really wonderful job. Very proud of it. Now, this is the really important thing. So I had two like restroom kits. What do you call them? Like two toiletry kits. I had 2 toiletry kits. This was the one that specifically went in my Neverfull, and it's whenever I just kind of ran, like, to spend one night, this is what I took. And you know, honestly, I found that it was enough. Oftentimes I get really wound up and I have these big toiletry kits, and I really pared it down this time and said, listen, you're just going in for the night. You are not that crazy looking. Just do what you need to do and move along, people. So, you know, I found that often before I was in those places, you know, I wasn't necessarily going to have to, you know, do all kinds of crazy stuff to my hair or whatever. So here's what I really have in here. I have deodorant. I have some different wipes. I have a couple of things that I took from the a hotel. So I have like a shampoo. I have a soap. I have toothpaste, toothbrush, floss, and then like a powdery spray, and then a lotion. And that's really it. That's all I carried in here. And I was a little nervous that that wasn't going to be enough, but you know what? It really was. It was fantastic. Oh, I also, right back here, I have a spray that I would put on my, because this tends to be really dry because I've bleached it there. So I just kind of would spray it there, and honestly, I kind of let my hair dry naturally, and I just lived wild and free while I was up there. So, you know, there you have it. It really worked very well for me, and it stayed there all the time. The next thing that I had was This is a charger, like a portable charger. If you don't have one, I really recommend that you do get one. This one is actually quite punchy, and I got it from QVC, HSN, like one of those places. And it is a rather large one. I have 3 of them. I bought 4. I gave 1 to the hubs, and I did keep 3 for myself because I'm greedy. No, it's not because I'm greedy, but I usually am the caretaker of all things electronics, and so I usually have them and then charge up the stuff. This worked out really, really well. This will charge, I think they said that it would charge a phone, a tablet, and it would actually keep you going on a laptop if you had to. So really is punchy, kind of heavy. I wouldn't necessarily keep this one in my purse. I have a much smaller one that I keep in my purse for emergencies, but this was fantastic. When I was in the hotel in Rochester, you know, I just kind of plugged in and I let it do its thing, and I charged up both my iPad, which is my Pro, and then I charged up my phone. My iPad mini was fine at the time. So it worked out really well. And then I kept in here, this one just kind of got thrown in. This didn't start off in there, but it ended up in here. So I ended up a couple of different places after I had blown through that charger, and I ended up taking the one that you know, I have that I would just leave in my room up in Pennsylvania on the farm, and this ended up just kind of going with me. So this is, it's called Key Power, and it has, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 USB plugins. Now, it's a smart charger, so you can plug it in and you can charge it into your iPhone or your iPad or like maybe a Samsung phone. It's able to detect what you have and supplies power accordingly. So I thought this was really a fantastic thing to have, and that ended up kind of staying with my Neverfull. And of course, oh, here's a receipt that didn't make it into there. I said I was doing really well with it. Maybe I wasn't, who knows? So, you know, here's one of the keys from one of the hotels that I stayed in. And, you know, and then of course it was kind of a hodgepodge of just a couple more receipts. You know, I go to this place that's called the Stony Fork Store, and it's run by a lovely group of Mennonite folk. And they're so sweet. And in there, you can pick up these CDs. They give them away. You know, and I have to say I really enjoy them. Some of them are sermons. Some of them are just music. But I love the people, and I just wanted to hear maybe some of their sermons. And their music is beautiful. They don't have musical instruments, but they have their voices, and they have wonderful harmony. So I enjoyed it. So I picked up like a whole bunch of them to listen to while I was traveling. I did find them to be really lovely, and a lot of it's about being good people. So, and I think that we could all benefit from that, just learning to be good people. It's good to be good people. Okay, so that's really it. And then the only other thing that would be in there, of course, would be my one change of clothes and the Unmentionables. So there you have it. I didn't really put anything in the zipper part, so there you go. That's exactly what I kept in there. So that's what was in my Neverfull GM on my trip. I promise you, I worked her so hard. And the only thing that I would do differently, you know, the way I had it set up, I don't think that an organizer would have been helpful, but I will tell you that a base shaper would have been good, because she did get a little sag, and I hate that poopy diaper look. I really don't like it. So I'll probably end up getting a base shaper, or maybe I'll make a base shaper. I've really been looking into a couple of things, and I think I've designed a base shaper that I would like, and I want to share that with you. I want to try to make it, and we'll do that together in one of the videos, and we'll see how it goes. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you want to be notified when the videos come through, there's a bell, and if you'll click that, it will just kind of tell you every time I've got a video going on. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful evening, and I will talk to you very soon.